Going into the top 25, the new updated polls for week 6 after the drama and eventful weekend we had here. So, as I expected and predicted, Alabama beat Georgia and they moved up to number 1. And then Georgia dropped to 5. I think Georgia's comeback, if anything, saved them from free falling in the polls. They put Michigan at 10, so if Georgia would have gotten blown out, it's no telling where they would have landed. Like if that first half would have just continued in the same way in the second half, Georgia might be in the teens. Because that was just awful. They didn't look like they could beat anybody like that. But that comeback, I think, saved them, and they are still in the top 5. And look, you got a shot. You still got big games this season. You got a shot at Texas in a couple of weeks. You got a shot at Tennessee later in the year. We'll see where those teams are ranked when we get to them. But you got a shot to get back even higher. Particularly in that top 4 to get that bye week in the first round of the college football playoff. But Oregon at 6, we got Penn State at 7, Miami at 8, which is interesting. Very, very close game there with Virginia Tech, as we talked about. Michigan back in the top 10. They have, I believe, found their identity and are sticking to it and making teams play their game. Again, I think the higher you get in competition, it's going to be tougher to do that. But against these teams where they can enforce their will, they're going to do it, and they're going to be a tough team to beat. So they're fighting, and that's a team to watch out for. Ole Miss does drop from 6 to 12 after being upset by Kentucky. And we have LSU, Notre Dame, and Clemson playing fantastic football to round out the top 15. Notre Dame won a big game against Louisville this past week, close one. That was an upset watch game, and they were able to pull that one off. And then another highlight was Oklahoma here at 19, pulling out a late win. They have a darn good defense. Pulled out a late win there against Auburn, who was very competitive in that game. And Illinois drops a bit after a loss to Penn State this past weekend. But that wraps up the top 25. Very, very exciting week